Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing more of my unsolicited, unpopular opinions about the beauty industry. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I will list that video below, and I would definitely recommend checking that out first so that you have more of the backstory to this video concept and can hear the original hot takes that I shared about beauty trends and brands that really inspired this series. But today we are going to keep things rolling with part 2, and I'm not only going to be sharing more of my own hot takes, but also to keep things a little bit more fun and interesting, I'm going to be reacting to some of your hot takes as well. So let's just dive on into it. All right, hot take number 1 is that celebrity beauty brands are either a smash hit, smash success, or a complete flop with no in between. And there are actually very few beauty brands that celebrities have created that I would consider to be a smash hit, but there are a few that immediately come to mind, and they are Rare Beauty, Fenty Beauty, and Rhode Skincare. Rare and Fenty are obviously a lot more established as brands than Rhode because they've been around a lot longer and Rhode literally just launched. So it's not a super fair comparison, but Rare and Fenty are absolutely raved about as brands. Whenever they launch new product, it seems to generate so much genuine excitement, and you never hear people talking badly about either of these brands in the way that you do other celebrity brands. So the sentiment that people are just sick of celebrities coming out with new brands and launching new products is not a sentiment that you ever hear when it comes to Rare Beauty and Fenty Beauty. Rhode did get a little bit of that flack when it was first launched, but I feel like that faded pretty quickly, and as the launch grew closer, people just seemed to be dying to try out Hailey Bieber skincare products, and then on the launch date, the products completely sold out. So I feel like the hype for that brand was unlike anything that I've seen in a really long time, especially for a celebrity brand, which is why I made an entire video talking all about it. I feel like it's just a really interesting one to analyze. So I'm gonna list that video below if you wanna hear more about Rhode Skincare, and I also do review her products in that video as well. Then we have the flops, and I feel like there have been several celebrity brands that have completely flopped, even though there still were some positive reviews here and there, and the diehard fans were still excited. Overall, the vibe that I got from all of these launches was very meh. The first brand that I thought of is REM Beauty. This was actually a really interesting one because I feel like when people heard that Ariana Grande was coming out with a makeup line, at first everyone was like, yes, oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing. And then when the brand launched, people were like, the one saving grace for this brand seems to be their latest launch, which is a new concealer that is available in 60 shades. That's unreal, that's unheard of in the beauty industry, and that move was probably the smartest thing that brand could have done. They needed to make major waves like that, do something massive to generate interest in the brand. Otherwise, I feel like the brand would have died pretty quickly. Another brand that comes to mind for me is Haus Labs initially. So this was the same kind of thing as with Ariana Grande. When people heard that Lady Gaga was launching a makeup brand, everyone was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be the coolest thing ever, because Lady Gaga is obviously known for having very bold, theatrical, wild makeup. But then the brand launched only on Amazon, which was kind of a weird move, with products that just did not at all feel like Lady Gaga. I actually do have one product from the original Haus Labs brand. It is the gel powder blush, and you can still get it on Amazon. That blush is amazing. I'm still obsessed with that, but it does not give me Lady Gaga in any way, shape, or form. I feel like they just totally missed the mark with this brand, which is why it was a very, very smart move for them to rebrand. As somebody who loves the business side of beauty, this is such an interesting case study because I feel like this is the fastest rebrand I have ever seen. Haus originally launched in 2019 and then completely rebranded by 2022. So they obviously needed to do something drastic and fast, otherwise they would not have survived. So they've not only completely rebranded as far as packaging and product and messaging, but Lady Gaga also seems to be much more heavily involved than she was the first time around, which I think was a very smart, necessary move. Dang. I feel like I could analyze celebrity brands forever, so if this is a topic that interests you and you would like me to make more videos on it, kind of talking about it from both a beauty and business lens, then let me know. I'd be happy to do that, but for now, we will leave it at that and move on to my next hot take. My next hot take is that early seasonal launches have gotten completely out of hand and are such a turnoff as a consumer. I know I'm not the only one that feels this way, but I am sick and tired of seeing holiday launches in the summer. more. Enough. I've had enough. And it's tough because I know it's not necessarily what each brand wants to actually do, but this has definitely just become a trend in retail overall. So in order for brands to keep up, they feel like they have to follow suit and launch these holiday products and collections super, super early. But my God, can they just have some sort of collective meeting as a retail industry where they all agree to just let us enjoy the season that we're in for a little bit longer? The winner for the most unnecessarily early holiday launch this year goes to NARS. Congratulations, NARS. On August 3rd, NARS announced the launch of their holiday collection, which includes an eyeshadow palette, cheek palette, lipstick, and setting powder. In August! Like, wait your turn. Wait your turn. It's not even fall yet. Summer is not even over. You're being a spaz. And honestly, this cheek palette looks so pretty that I probably would have purchased it, but now I don't want to because I'm annoyed. Okay, next has to do with word choice, which sounds really strange, but I feel like once I start explaining this, a lot of you will agree with me. And it is that brands should be smarter with their word choice in product titles and descriptions and marketing because it can have a huge impact on the initial interest of a new product. For example, there are certain keywords that immediately make me want to buy a product 10 times more. The product itself may not even look all that different from other things that launch, but the word that they use to describe it is what makes me want it immediately. So let me give some examples. The first word is cloud. Anything that has the word cloud attached to it, I need immediately in my life because that makes me feel like I'm going to be getting the softest, cushiest, plushiest product ever. Like, who doesn't want to put clouds on their face or on their lips or on their eyes? It sounds incredible, does it not? So like the Kopari Tripeptide Lip Cloud, I was like, need it. The Kosas Cloud Set Setting Powder, I feel like one of the reasons why people were so excited about that at first is because it was described as a cloud, and powders are usually thought of as dry and not cloud-like. The Summer Fridays Cloud Dew Moisturizer, all of these products, I feel like a lot of the initial hype was because of the word cloud. Let me know if you agree. The second word is milky or even just milk. So the NYX This Is Milky Lip Gloss. Tell me you didn't want to buy that because a milky lip gloss does not sound incredible. They are incredible, by the way. I actually just reviewed them in a new video that I posted talking about new products at the drugstore. So I'll list that below if you want to see some of them swatch. They are very nice and milky. They just feel so good. The Misha Soft Finish Sun Milk. I feel like people were really drawn to that product because it was described as a milk. That sounds amazing. It just makes me feel like I'm going to be getting, again, a really soft product, but also one that is lightweight and creamy, like really silky. Speaking of silky, that's the next word. Any product that has silk in the title or is described as feeling silky is a product that I want in my life. Tatcha has a lot of silk products, like the silk sunscreen that they launched recently. I was so intrigued by that because the thought of putting a sunscreen on that feels silky, right up my alley. They have the silk powder, obviously, the Versed Silk Slip Lip Oil. I think that that's actually a pretty sticky product, but people love it, and I feel like it's because it's described as being a silky lip oil, honestly. Because who doesn't want a product to feel silky? That's like the ultimate texture goal. And then the last word for me that really draws me in is the word jelly. I feel like especially when it comes to lip products. So the Lights Lacquer Jelly Balm Lip Lacquer that they just launched, I was like, did you say jelly balm? And actually for a 2-in-1, the Tower 28 Shine On Milky Lip Jelly. Does that not just sound incredible? And it is. Those products are so nice. I freaking love those lip jellies. So all of these words just make me want to hand over my credit card immediately. And there are a lot of words that brands use to describe their products that not only don't have that effect on me, but that actually have the opposite effect and that turn me away from their products. So as just one example, the word moussey is something that really turns me off. I don't want to buy something that makes my hair feel moussey or my skin feel moussey or my lips. Like, I am not interested in that texture. And there's a lot of other words like that out there. So I feel like if brands were more intentional with their product descriptions, can have a big impact on sales. All right, next is actually something that one of you commented on my last unsolicited opinions video, and I couldn't agree more, so I wanted to include it in this video and expand on it, share my own thoughts, and that is that sexual branding or using sexual terminology for makeup. So for example, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, the Urban Decay Vice lipstick in 69, the Soap and Glory Sexy Mother Pucker line, the NARS Orgasm Blush. I feel like just NARS is an entire brand. They do this a lot. They have a lot of products that have sexual branding, and it's just so unnecessary to me. I don't get it. It does not make me want to buy a product more. It actually just makes me kind of cringe, and especially as someone who makes videos talking about products, I don't love like saying those things out loud on the internet because I don't know who's watching. I don't know if you have little kids in the room watching, and not to mention teenagers love makeup. Teenagers are definitely a consumer population when it comes to makeup. That was a weird way of saying that, but you guys know what I mean. Teenagers love makeup. Why are we trying to market makeup to teenagers in this way? Come on. Okay, next, candy and dessert themed branding. This is something that turns me off so much from a product if it is a skincare product or a makeup product that's designed for our complexion. So like a primer or a foundation. I don't know why, but it just automatically makes me feel like the product is going to be poor quality, like it was designed for 5-year-olds. And also, even if I know the product's not going to be poor quality, it just immediately makes me think of something really sticky and sugary, which is the last thing I want to be thinking of when I am rubbing something on my face. The NYX Marshmallow Primer is a great example of this. I feel like people really love this product, but every time I see it, I'm like, ew, why do I want to put marshmallows on my face? Marshmallows are thick and sticky and sugary and gross. The e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams collection, this may take the cake. I mean, it's one thing to have, you know, a candy or dessert themed eyeshadow palette or lip gloss. I feel like that's different than some of the products that they have in this collection, like an overnight mask or their putty primer. That is so disgusting to me. Why do I want to feel like I'm putting Oreos on my face? No. And while we're on that note, there is nothing more off-putting to me than restaurants or food brands that are known for savory foods collaborating with makeup brands. How has this become a trend? How? Even though I feel like food and makeup brands collaborating is generally just a weird move altogether, this is the one situation where I would be happy to see a sugary sweet food brand collaborating with a makeup brand so that I never have to see something like the e.l.f. Chipotle collection ever again. What is this? The last thing I want to be envisioning when I'm blending out my eyeshadow is Pico de Gallo. What? Actually, I take that back because the Morphe Sour Patch Kids collab is equally as disturbing to me, but for different reasons. Why would I ever want to spray sour watermelon setting spray on my skin? I swear to God, my brain short circuits every time I see a collab announcement like this because it just does not make logical sense to me. It's like oil and water. Doesn't mix. All right, those are all of my own unsolicited opinions that I wanted to share for this video. So now let's wrap up by reacting to some of yours. Liquid matte lipsticks come from actual hell. They look so dry and bad on everyone. I tend to agree with this. I do feel like matte lipstick looks really nice on people that have a lot of lip filler because I feel like there's something about lip filler that smooths out your lips and kind of smooths away the natural lines that we all have. And that's the only time that I feel like matte lipstick looks nice, which is why I feel like we all got sucked into buying matte lipstick because so many of these brands back in the day that were selling these products would market them on people with these super full lips that seemed to be unnatural and they were really, really smooth. And so I would see those pictures and be like, oh my God, that's gonna look so good on me. And then it didn't because I don't have lips like that. So I agree. I don't think they look good on me at all. I feel like they're really unflattering and they're also just not in anymore. So I get really confused when I see brands launching products like this because I feel like people have been turned off by them for a while now. Glossy, sheer, light coverage lips are definitely the move. I'm obsessed with lips like that. Okay, this is actually something that I saw a lot, just phrased differently, and it's the frustration with beauty bloggers talking about new favorites every single week or feeling like like beauty bloggers rave about something, love something so much, and then the next week they have a brand new favorite and it just being impossible to keep up with. And I totally understand that. As a viewer and consumer myself, it is very overwhelming trying to keep up with all the new launches. I think at the end of the day, we just physically can't. It's impossible. Even if beauty bloggers didn't exist, YouTubers, whatever you want to call them, the industry would still keep rolling and still keep pumping out new product. And there are so many new launches every single week. It is physically impossible to keep up. And I totally understand how annoying that feels as a viewer to buy something because an influencer recommends it, and then they never talk about that product again. And in their next video, they're already talking about a new product that's in that exact same product category. It's like, wait, what? I thought this was the best blush ever, but now this is the best blush ever? You can't keep up. So I definitely get it, but I do also obviously have an influencer perspective. And I think the reason why this happens is because of PR. Especially when I think about influencers who are so much bigger than me and get millions of PR packages every week and get every new launch from every single brand sent to them. When you have every product that is created ever at your disposal at all times, it's very hard to not try those things and not be excited by those new things. So I think that really is why this is a problem. And also I feel like creators feel pressure to keep up with new launches in order to get views and in order to, pull in people by showing them new products. Like ultimately it's this cycle that I feel like just never ends. Doesn't mean it's not annoying though. I totally get it. The industry as a whole is very overwhelming to keep up with. All right, this was submitted by an incredible hair creator that I follow on Instagram. You guys should definitely go follow her as well. Her name is Alexandra. She is a chemist, MPH, and medical researcher. So cool. You guys know I love science-based hair care. And she said that people need to stop demonizing ingredients if they don't understand formulations. I couldn't agree more. This is even something that's frustrating for me as a creator because there are so many ingredients out there that are wrongfully heavily demonized. And if I recommend a product that has one of those ingredients, then the comments are just like, you lost me at this because of that product and it has that ingredient in it and it obviously makes your hair fall out. It just gets to be exhausting because so many of those claims aren't true. But even when I try to explain that and respond in comments like, hey, that's actually been debunked, people don't want to believe it, even though they are not chemists themselves. I think we just need to remember that cosmetic chemists exist for a reason and we need to let them do their jobs. Lip lining is overrated. I actually kind of agree with this on myself. There are some lip liners that I really like, but I feel like this is the same thing that I was talking about with matte lipstick, where lip liner just does not look nearly as good on me as people that have really large lips, like the trend to just put on lip liner and some sort of lip oil or lip treatment. I'm like, that looks horrible on me. You don't need to have good skin to be knowledgeable about skincare and beauty. I feel like this argument can actually be applied to a lot of different things. And to an extent, I agree. This is something that I also have to think about as a creator. As a creator who makes hair content, at the end of the day, the thumbnails that are going to get the most clicks or the first couple seconds on TikTok that will keep people watching a video is really long, beautiful hair. And if I'm trying to talk about hair with super short hair, people are less likely to pay attention. That's just the way it goes. So from that perspective, I agree. It's like a dermatologist who's genetically predisposed to acne. That doesn't mean that they're not a dermatologist, that they don't have a ton of knowledge about skin. Everyone uses the same products and follows the same trends. It's not unique anymore. I do feel like we're kind of in a weird place with beauty where it feels like there's not a ton of new innovation and people are just recycling old ideas and trying to make them new. And I'm curious to see where the industry moves in the next 5-10 years because while we still do have new fun launches and there are creators who come up with new fun, ways of using those launches, I feel that where it's like, God, sometimes it just feels tired. We've been here and done this before a million times. All right, last, this makes me laugh. When brands try to be trendy with memes, things get memed to death. I totally get why brands try to use memes and put their own spin on them, but I feel like they never hit. It's just always a little cringy, if I'm being totally honest. I don't know if it was me personally and I was working for a brand and my job was to post on their social media account, that would not be my strategy. All right, we are going to wrap up this video here. I really hope that you enjoyed this and had fun hanging out with me today. You'll have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you not agree with the opinions that I shared? Also, let me know what other hot takes you guys have about the beauty industry, because if we do a part 3 of this series, I would love to include more of your hot takes in part 3. So if you enjoyed the video, if you want to see a part 3, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell and send my channel to a friend. Thank you so much for doing those things. Your support means the world. Don't forget to check out my description box below if you need anything from me, discount codes, links, merch, etc. It's all there for you. And thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Make sure to stay tuned for my next video because that will be up in a few days. But until then, I hope you have a great few days.